Right, so back in the graveyard, and my granddad's grave, as you can see, they've taken it away. They're just wheeling it off now. So that's getting taken away. New rods in it, ground anchors. I'm going to get it all cleaned up. I've gone for the full shebang, if you like. So yeah, I'm doing that. So again, you can see all been taken away and get that sorted. Obviously, I made that video the other week. You can see all these signs on these graves. So I've had a really good chat with Chris today, who manages this graveyard. So if you have got a family member and their grave has got one of these warning labels on, so you need that means it's failed the safety test. So you can literally wobble it and it's like it's going to fall over. Now, if a kid is in this cemetery, and we know what kids do messing around, if a kid's in this cemetery, they hang off back of that grave, bad things can happen. So that's the standards, that's the law. So it's just a case of keeping the graveyard safe. Now, a lot of these graves, obviously they're very old and stuff. So what they do is they put like a little stick at the back and strap it up. And it'll be like that for 3 months. After 3 months, if no one's come forward to sort of claim it, sort it out, then that gravestone will be laid flat, which is a real shame, but you can understand why they've got to do it. If a little kid came in here and God forbid something happened to them, you know what I mean, it would be very bad. So it's a safety issue, and it comes down to the masons that have put these headstones on they've not adhered to the modern standards. Now, obviously, it's a lot of the older graves, as you can see, that have got these labels on. So yeah, so it's just a case of coming forward. So if you come into this graveyard and you can see one of your family's graves with this on, make yourself known to Chris, because once you make yourself known and you sort of start this process, he is then happy to leave it up for a longer period of time. I think he said 18 months. So you could leave that up then for 18 months. You've got 18 months to sort it out. Now, if you don't have the deeds to the grave, this is important, because this is what we had to do with my granddad's. We didn't have his deeds. He died with those deeds. Now, getting them transferred, you've got to go through probate, this and that, and it's a long, hard process. But you can sign a declaration to become almost like a caretaker of that grave. It cost my mum a £5. She had to get a signature at the solicitors. Cost her just a £5 to get it done. Now, if you go to any other graveyard, staying for Hatfield, that is going to cost you, 40, 60, 80 pounds to do. But in Thorne, they don't charge you. You just have to get a solicitor at the signature, which is about a £5. So the Thorne Council aren't making any money out of this. I know some people are getting angry or whatever. Oh, we've got to pay all this. What you're paying a stonemason who is registered, Brahman Nam registered, which is a qualification they must have to be able to legally sort of fix a grave up to the British standards. So yeah, that's really important. So if you've got a family member in here and you want to get the grave fixed up, you want to make sure it's safe, doesn't get laid down, come and see Chris. He can get you the forms, you can sign that declaration, get that all done, and then you are then the caretaker, if you like, of that grave. And then it's a case of shopping around, speaking to some different masons, getting some prices. I know it can be expensive, so I'm gonna try and do maybe a sponsored walk, something like that, and try and raise some money and help some people get these graves sorted. So, but just come and if you've got a grave that's got one of these labels on, just come and start the process. Just by starting the process, it's going to cost you at most a £5 to get one of these declarations. They're going to keep the grave standing longer. Right, all loaded up, ready to go. So that headstone is off now. Joel's taking it to Hull. He's going to give it the full works. So big thanks to Joel. I actually know Joel from boxing. He was a professional boxer in Hull, and we shared a boxing coach. So that's how I know him from back in the day. So two fighters messing around in the graveyard. So yeah, big thanks to him for sorting that out. Unfortunately, I have just discovered that my great-grandfather's grave has been laid down. So it's failed a safety test. It's got no ground anchor on whatsoever. The hole has not even been drilled where it should be. And it's an older grave. But yeah, that is another one I am going to have to sort. So yeah, this is my great-grandfather here, Joseph Butler, and his family. So as you can see, it says MM, because he was awarded the military medal in World War One. So in World War One, he carried an officer 2 miles under shell fire and rescued him, an injured officer. So he got the military medal after that, and it is buried in this grave with him. So I was not aware of this. I was actually struggling to find his grave, but through Chris's help, so Chris works in here. I knew it was near this chapel. Yeah, found this. So this is another one I'm going to have to get working on. But like I say, this is what's going to happen after a couple of months. If you don't come forward and sort of start this process, it will be laid down like this. And you can see there's nothing anchoring it to the ground, which is the problem. So this is a good example of what can and will happen. Again, imagine this big heavy stone falling on a kid. That would not be good. And it has happened, not in here, but it has happened in the past in other graveyards. So yeah, that's another project for me. Get that all sorted, anchored in. I'll get it restored as well and get it all nice. Again, I'm using Joel from Fresh Memory in Hull. So, but we'll speak to him when he brings the other headstone back. So the other headstone is from over there. This one is here. We'll get this one done next time round. And yeah, I think most of the ones that have got the safety issues are sort of in this area. But as you can see, they've got sticks behind them. And but yeah, after a few months, they are going to be laid down. So that's it. So yeah, again, if you've got a grave in here that's got one of these warning labels on, please just get in touch with Chris. Start the process of making that declaration, unless you've got the deeds, of course, and then go from there. I'm going to keep posting these videos, and like I say, ideally I would like to maybe raise some money, because it is an expensive job, and get, you know, contribute towards getting some of these graves anchored down and sorted for at least some of you out there. So yeah, that's it. Share this video with anybody. Again, we're in Thorne in the graveyard, so anybody you think may be interested, may benefit from this video, please let me know, and I will see you on the next one.